Are you either new to ESO or starting up a brand new character and don't know where to begin? Well, today I want to go over a few things that I think will help you right away with those brand new characters that make that new grind not so unbearable and not so overwhelming. So let's dive right into it with you guys. So I'm just going to go through the entire thing right now and just talk to you guys about what I would do in this certain situation, because I think that's kind of one of those best ways to go, because I don't really want to be giving you guys the runaround and be like, hey, this is what I would do, and then not do it with you guys, right? So I'm gonna make a brand new character. I'm gonna call him, I don't know, helpful tutorial guy. I don't know. We'll see. And then what you want to do, guys, is the best thing that I would do is I would just pick a race and a alliance that you would want to pick. So right here, I'm gonna start up an Aldemary character because all of my other characters are EP, and I'm gonna make this character I want to make him a Dragon Knight. Right? Because I think Dragon Knights are pretty cool. So what would I make as a Dragon Knight? For me, I'd probably go Dark Elf. So I'm going to do that. Go on to this. All this stuff doesn't matter. Actually, Dragon Knight right here. Perfect. Character, I don't care about the way they look personally. So you customize all this stuff. Make that character for yourself. Make that character for yourself. And now let's create the character. I'm going to skip the tutorial because I've already done it before. Hey, we got it right away. We got that style right away. That's perfect. That's perfect. So basically, there are a few things that I would do first right away without even thinking. So let's get started. First of all, you're going to want to probably get all of your rewards and stuff out of the way. Now, normally I would talk to all these people and do this quest real quick because, hey, look, I get it. Like, I do all of it. I usually just spam this stuff, guys. I'm not gonna lie. So what I would do normally is I would do this. I would get that sky shard over here, but after you're done with all this, so I'm not really gonna go through all this tutorial quest that way, because you guys don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch that. So first thing I would do, since I am on AD, this is what I would do. I would go to Auradon. So Auradon, unfortunately I don't have anybody on my friends list as a cool add-on that I could use though. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to magically transport to Auradon real quick because that is my hometown. I'm just gonna go here and then I'm gonna travel from here to there. That way it's real quick. And there are a few things that I would personally pick up right away. Fighters Guild, Mages Guild, I will grab both of those right away. And then on top of that as well, I would 100% start training your mount, because training your mount is one of those situations that it is annoying, it is frustrating, and it just takes so unbelievably long. So for those of you guys that are new to the game, mount speed in this game you can increase over time. You can increase once every 20 hours, right? And the best way to do that is by looking at your hometown, because for Aldemary, which is where I spawned in, your hometown is Volkogard. That's where you start up. For DC, you start up in Glenumbra, and for EP Ebonheart, you start up in Davin's Watch in Stonefalls. So I've got a banker, so I'm going to summon him real quick because, hey, look, that takes 2 seconds. Allies, boom, 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 boom. I'm going to take a little bit of gold off of there, so I recommend getting gold for you guys. Gold is very important in this game. I'm just going to grab 1,000 real quick on here. Nothing too much, nothing too fancy. And then what I would do is I would talk to the stable master. And then from there, you go over here because, that's very, very, very important. And what you want to do is you want to start leveling up your character, because that right there is going to take, to get your speed all the way to max, you need to log in for basically 60 days. So it does take a while. It takes a long grind, but I do think it's very worth it. Stay at it, stay consistent, and you'll be farther along before you know it. A lot of the time what happens is your daily rewards that you get for logging in, you'll get stuff like mount speed and stuff every now and then. We don't have it this month, but regardless, you know what I mean. You want to claim your skill points, you want to claim all that stuff, put them into whatever you want to. For this one, I'm going to put them into stamina. Why not? Put your class abilities on, do all that stuff because that's very important. I like to put that one right there, put that one right there. Perfect. So the next thing that I would do is I would assign my mount personally. Assign my mount. If you don't have one, look, grind up a little bit. You can buy one in that stable master for 42,000, which is pretty cheap in the long run. It's not anything that, is too crazy. But at the beginning, it can seem pretty overwhelming, and I get that. So this is how slow your mount is, by the way. Well, that's actually not bad. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. but it's faster than you running. So what I would do right away, guys, is find your Mages Guild, find your Fighters Guild, right? I know that for AD, your Mages Guild is right there, your Fighters Guild is right there. By doing this, you're going to passively unlock it over time. That way you don't waste your time, right? So get this stuff done, get this out of the way. That way, when you start your grind, you can just get this going. So that's one of the first things that I would definitely recommend doing. This is always my first thing. Like you see, now I've got my Mages Guild quest line or skill line. Perfect. Like it was literally that easy. Awesome. Super happy about that. Then we just walk right into the Fighters Guild one, and we do the exact same thing. That is spam talk to them, and don't really get too crazy about that. So it's perfect. You pick your right class and your first and your right race as well right at the beginning. That's perfect. Then the second thing I do is get your mount speed up and running, get your skill lines up and running, because now, look at this, guys. Now we've got Fighters Guild, we've got Mages Guild. It's that simple. Now we can start to unlock that kind of stuff. So it's perfect. To start to get that the Fighters Guild, that is something that you will passively get over time. That is so perfect. Definitely make sure you do those three things. So those are the three things that we're doing first. Picking the correct race and class first, picking your mount and your mount speed. Trust me, guys, do your mount speed. And then do your Mages Guild and Fighters Guild. So those are our first three things that we're going to be doing, and it is very important. The next thing that I would recommend doing is, if you want to become a vampire or a werewolf, do that as soon as possible as well. That way you could level up those passively over time as well. I usually have a bunch of friends or something. I'll just message one of them and be like, hey, can you help bite me or something? So this is going to kind of segue into a little bit of a self-promotion as well. I know there are a lot of you guys on console. I know that there's a lot of you guys on Xbox, a lot of you guys on PlayStation, but this is a self-promotion for all of you guys that are on PCNA. If you want to, I just started up a brand new social guild where we're going to bring endgame players together. And we're also going to bring new players together to kind of close that gap for those newer players, because this game can be extremely overwhelming when you first start off. So I want to make a cool social guild to help out all those beginner players that are just getting into the game, because I'd love to have more faces around. And to me, this is kind of the best way to do it. Create an amazing community where we can nurture each other and help each other and grow. And that is, in my opinion, the best way to keep this game thriving and keep this community seeing a bunch of new faces without just seeing a diminishing player base, because we've kind of seen that lately. And I don't want to see that. I don't want to see a diminishing player base. I want to see as many people out here as possible. So that's what I'm trying to do. And that's what we're trying to do with our guild. Also, another thing I can recommend as well. See that giant blue beam? That's a sky shard. What you want to do with your sky shard, you want to go and grab those. Because when you get 3 sky shards, so it'll happen once you have unlock once every 3. Oh my god, I said that so terribly. So when you do 1 of 3, you're going to see like the 1 of 3 pop up right here. Oh, look, that guy's getting a sky shard too. So once you get 3 sky shards, you get a skill point. And then you can get every single sky shard you see. Oh, that was 2 out of 3. Huh. I wonder where my first one came from, but regardless, that's awesome. So once I get 1 more sky shard, then I get a skill point. And that's absolutely perfect. Like that, in my opinion, is one of the best ways to continue to get skill points, because skill points you will run out of eventually. You will be spending a lot of skill points. I'm going to move the camera real quick. That way you guys can see what I'm talking about. And move to the other side real quick. So you can see all of these things like Ardent Flame. We've got your Draconic Power, all this stuff, Earthen Heart. It's going to cost resources over time. You see all of these abilities are all going to morph into 2 different abilities. So you're going to have to use at least 2 skill points per ability. You're also going to have to get those passives and unlock those. And those skill points, that adds up over time. So make sure that you keep on getting those sky shards. Whenever you see one, grab one, especially at the beginning of the game. It is so vital. The next thing, and the best piece of information that I could possibly give you, is try and get to level 10 as soon as you possibly can, because when you get to level 10, then you unlock battlegrounds and you unlock daily dungeons that you can do. And your daily dungeons, your first daily dungeon of the day that you complete and your first battleground that you win of the day will give you an absorbent, is that a word? An exuberant, an absurd a gigantic amount of XP. And I can't stress enough how much XP that's going to give you. And that will help you level up so much over time, especially with those battlegrounds. As you rank up higher in your PvP rank, you'll get more skill points. As you go through more dungeons, the first time you complete a brand new dungeon, you get a skill point for that by doing the quest. Whenever you're doing those things as well, you get so much XP that you get so many levels from that. It's highly worth it. So if you're asking, hey, Sakar, how do I get to level 10 as soon as possible? If you don't have any friends or anything to help you along this journey, you don't have anybody to help grind you and grind XP, well, the best way that I could possibly say this, I remember I did this when I first started the game, and honestly, it's what I would still do. I would do either one of two things. I would either A, ask in zone chat, can anybody port me to Alakir Desert? Because what there is in Alakir Desert is the trusty old dolmen farm. The dolmen farm is basically, you have that dolmen, you have that dolmen, and you have another one of the dolmens. I forgot where it is. Then that one, I think it is. And basically what happens is when you do one, you'll have it. There's always a giant squad of people doing the loop. When you finish one, you get some XP. You leave, you go back to the way shrine, which is this thing, which you can transport to. Then from there, you go to the next one, and then it pops up. You go, you finish that, you go back to the way shrine, the next one pops up, and you continue that cycle. And it's just a triangle loop, and you just do it over and over again. And before you even know it, you will get to level 10 if you just contribute and do everything. The first loop, it's going to be slow. It's going to be tough to get to everything because you're going to have to travel to everybody. You're going to have to get into that group and everything. It's going to take a little bit of time, but that's more than fine. The first one's a little bit tough, but from there, you'll get the hang of it and you'll get it over time. If you don't want to do that as well, something that I can recommend doing just to kind of get your head in the game and just a way to kind of ground yourself, do the quests. Just do any quests that you see lying around. So especially when you're in the beginner zone like this. So like if you see my screen right here, look at the top middle right here. These kind of diamond shaped ones, those are story-based quests. So you want to make sure that you're doing those because over time, that's going to give you a lot of XP. It's going to give you some skill points too over time as well. So make sure that you're doing that, and that's going to give you XP, and that's going to give you enough that over time, pretty quickly, you're going to be able to level that character up pretty nicely. So make sure you're doing those things because it's very, very, very helpful. I highly recommend it. So guys, those are my quick tips on how to get to level 10 and just how I would start up a new character as quickly as possible. I really hope that you enjoyed. If you did, do me a giant favor, hit that thumbs up button for me. If you did want to join that guild at any point in time, type your @name in the comments or something, or the Discord. For the link to my Discord will be in the comments or in the description as well. I'm not even using words properly today. The link to my Discord will be in the description as well. So make sure you join that. And then in just the main chat, be like, hey, saw your video. I'd love to join the Discord. Send me an invite. Here's my name in game, and we'll get you in there. We'll get you set up, and we'll get you on the right path to kind of succeed in this journey. Because to me, I really like ESO, and it's so much fun, but it can be extremely overwhelming to people, and I understand that. So that's why we want to just help people one step at a time. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Later.